Celtic's team news is mixed. Danny McGrain plays, but George McCluskey is out. The result is Tom McAdam being switched to number 9, where he'll play alongside the latest Parkhead hero, 19-year-old Danny Craney, who's taking part in his first Old Firm match. But the best news of all for Celtic fans, surely, is the return of Davy Provan for his first full match since damaging his knee against Rangers at Ibrox back in January. Another man making his Old Firm debut is Rangers central defender John McClellan, the 26-year-old Northern Ireland international who's enjoying his most settled spell on the side, signed from Mansfield Town last close season. Another man involved in his first Old Firm match as referee is Alan Ferguson of Giffnock. So is Rangers, who kick off in this vital Old Firm match before a very big partisan crowd. The conditions overhead are excellent, a breeze blowing in Celtic's favour, but the pitch looks very bare and bumpy in patches, and that'll put a premium in the ball control. So a 6-point gap between the sides at the top of the Premier League. This means, I think, that it's very important for Celtic not to lose the match, and crucial, I think, for Rangers to win it. John McClellan, a very cool pass back early in the match. And Tom McAdam has taken up his position as expected, right in front of the Celtic side as principal striker. So Sandy Jard will take that throw again. A point a little bit further back. Reid playing it forward. This is Burns. Sullivan making a very long run behind Dawson. That's from McAdam. And squeezed in by Craney. And that's an amazing opening goal. Danny Craney delighted, Jim Stewart disconsolate. So 90 seconds on the clock, and Celtic with their first full attack go in front. A good build-up starting from Mark Reid in the left-back position, forward to Tommy Burns. Burns carrying it forward, finding Sullivan making a great run beyond Ali Dawson. The shot driven towards the far post, Stewart couldn't hold it, and there was Craney to force home only his second first-team goal. A bit of aggravation between Dawson and Provan off the ball. Not spotted by the referee, and let's hope that's the end of it. Sandy Jard checking inside Craney. Return ball from Johnston, now Russell. Derek Johnston, Moyes doing in bravely. And Bet judging that pass beautifully for Redford. Well, that wasn't far away from Ian Redford. He hits the ball very sweetly with that left foot, a lot of power behind it, and just a little bit wide of Bonner's left-hand post. Aiken coming in very quickly on McDonald. McDonald playing through the middle alongside Derek Johnston with Redford in midfield. Moyes and Johnston. Johnston's strength holding off Moyes. From behind, so that's a free kick in a very dangerous position just outside the box. If you recall the expertise of Davy Cooper from this position, and Pat Bronner knows all about that. So a 5-man Celtic wall lined up. Barely 10 yards, I would have said, from the ball. Cooper finding Russell. Well, that was a great move from Rangers. Beautifully disguised free kick taken by Cooper, chipping it over the wall, allowing Russell to go in the right. He just couldn't quite control it quickly enough to beat Pat Bonner. McClellan again is very commanding in the air. Jackson heading it wide. Craney might get there before Dawson. The Rangers skipper just getting a touch to that. So Sullivan waiting for the required movement ahead. McAdam jumping for that. Return by Reid. Sandwich there between Redford and McClellan. The victim was Davy Provan. So again, Rangers marshalling their defensive troops. Provan over the ball. Moyes in the box. It's for McLeod. That's well held indeed by Jim Stewart. McLeod catching that very well. A lot of power behind the effort, and Stewart had to hold that cleanly with the Celtic forwards bearing down on him. McDonald still free in the left. Russell on the right. Johnston through the middle, trying to take on Roy Aitken to create a better shooting chance. Aitken did well, kept his head and timed the tackle well. 4 is McClellan, 5 is Jackson. Provan too near the ball, that'll be retaken. Not quite 10 yards back. And again, Cooper driving it against Provan. This time it's a straightforward corner kick. The referee not complaining about Provan's positioning. Cooper getting in more loft. There's Jackson. Good goalkeeping by Bonner. Timed his intrusion to the 6-yard line very well from his own goal line. McClellan again, dominating Danny Crenny in the air this afternoon. Good run from Provan. McAdam underneath that. Very intelligent header down, and Provan just couldn't quite get over the shot. So a good build-up on the right again. Provan sprinting away to create space, getting that just before Jordan. The lofted ball headed down back to him by McAdam. The snapshot over the top. The 45 minutes of the first half are over. Referee Alan Ferguson brings that first half to an end. The team separated by Danny Crenny's goal in 90 seconds, but it was a tense, nerve-wracking first half, punctuated by only too few patches of real skill and talent. But it was competitive all the way, and the only goal scored very early in the match. It was an excellent build-up from Celtic, starting from deep inside their own half, building through Reid and Barnes to Sullivan with one of those lung-bursting runs, and eventually it was Danny Crenny who forced the ball over the line. Rangers' best retaliation coming from a beautifully taken free kick by Davy Cooper outside the box, chipping it towards Bobby Russell, and Bonner closing down Russell quickly enough to prevent an equaliser. So a very competitive first half, and a lot of interest still in this second half to come in a couple of minutes. Celtic restart the match, playing against quite a strong breeze, and that might well make Derek Johnston a very dangerous player indeed for Rangers on these kickouts. Well, the first is won comfortably by Moyes. Rangers perhaps reflecting at half-time that they were a shade unlucky to be behind on the balance of play in the first half. I think it might have been fairer to be all even. But there's the man who made the difference, Danny Crenny, forcing home that goal in 90 seconds, which still separates the sides. Moyes barging Johnston from behind. And Derek Johnston certainly has caused a lot of trouble for Davy Moyes with these high balls throughout the match. In the first half, of course, they were hanging up in the wind, and now the wind carrying the ball forward. So we'll see what difference that makes. Cooper sliding it in. There's Derek Johnston. Now that's saved by the crossbar. Well, that's just what we're talking about. Derek Johnston's prowess in the air. He was picked out brilliantly there by Cooper, coming in from the far post, getting above the Celtic defence. Powerful header and straight against the crossbar. Mark Reid. There's Crenny. Tackled by McClellan. In fact, the first tackle from McClellan being penalised by the referee. That gives Davy Moyes the chance to come up. Burns will take it. Looping it in. The header from McAdam. And Celtic got 2 up. Well, that all looked very simple indeed. No wonder these Celtic players are so jubilant. Tom McAdam gets his 4th of the season, and the first 3 came when he played at centre-half. It was the simplest of free kicks from the left. Burns took it. Moyes made the run from the far post, took the Rangers defence with him, allowed the ball to float to the far post, and there was McAdam to hit it home, completely unmolested. Johnston back to Dawson. That's much too neat, that pass forward to Cooper, but a second chance falling for Dawson. Carrying it perhaps too far in. And Bonner did very well, under intense pressure. Watching the flight of that awkwardly flying ball. And Celtic get away with that. Dawson it was who bore in and goal. Shot earlier than he did. Carried it a couple of paces forward. That perhaps is a couple of paces too many. McLeod going through the middle with Jackson. And Stewart showing a lot of speed and courage coming out. Headed by Aiken. Losing that to Russell. Not allowing play to go on despite some jersey pulling there. There's Derek Johnston. And the save from Bonner. The clearance from Aiken. Well, that was good goalkeeping on Pat Bonner. The ball breaking there to Johnston about 16 yards out. A lot of power behind that left foot shot and Bonner beating it out. Head flick from Craney picked up by Bet. There's McLeod. Colliding there with Jordan. Now what's the referee's decision? Well, the decision is not only a free kick but a booking for Sandy Jordan. Well, I must confess to having a little bit of sympathy for Jordan. So Jordan joins Russell and Redford for Rangers in the book. That spot of obstruction. So Celtic's free kick. Stewart looking very alert, as he may well have to be. Now no indication from the referee that this is other than direct. There's Provan. Well taken by Stewart. Bouncing awkwardly just in front of him. Again, Provan showing his menace from such positions. Good leaps. Jordan playing it in. Bonner has dropped it. The first man to it, predictably, was Danny McGrain. A very difficult ball indeed for Pat Bonner to take. Dropping out of the sky from Jordan. Johnston coming underneath it. Bonner got to it all right, but he couldn't hold it as he fell. And McGrain reacting quickly enough to turn it behind. Cooper's corner kick. Johnston's got to it. There's John McClelland. Scrambled off the line. McDonald's shot is blocked also. So the Celtic goal living a very charmed life. Well, it's a great corner kick from Cooper. Touched on the near post by Johnston. So McClelland had to score, but it was scrambled off the line. And McDonald's shot also beaten out for the Celtic defence. Good tackle by Aiken on the L. Well, that's good play by DL. There's John McDonald. Johnston turning on it. A fine hook shot from Derek Johnston, forcing Bonner to scramble across his line. Well, McDonald the first chance with that flighted ball. He might well have had a go for goal. Chose to play it back square across goal. And Johnston eventually whirling on that ball and driving it just wide. Bet. Russell. Moyes in trouble, Derek Johnston. Beautiful goal. Well, now that will set us up for a tremendous final 14 minutes. Built up on the right, bets the short ball to Russell, the flighty goal which totally deceived Davy Moyes. You can see him completely misjudged that. Johnston took it in his chest expertly, a killing volley, and Rangers are back in the match. Spinning off the head of Moyes.